bring us. I know how busy he is. I know from very close that he's extremely busy and he agreed to come to help us with our questions on Pesach. So please, Rabbi.
Yeah.
We are dedicating this shiur to the refuah shlema of Matatiyahu ben
Deborah.
Matatiya ben Deborah. Bezrat Hashem will come back home healthy and have a healthy and beautiful life.
I didn't know we
120
doing
days.
for her.
So now we're doing it for her. Natalie always takes care of.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me record also the class. So what do you want to know? Hilkhot Pesach?
That's the
Hilkhot of Pesach? Okay. So I'm going to make it as simple as possible. People get crazy because they don't know and they don't follow and they think that there's something magic about chametz. So first of all, chametz is only something that comes from 5 grains: wheat, barley, rice, spelt, and oats. If it doesn't come from these 5 grains, it's not chametz. Is that clear? So anything that doesn't come from this, it comes from corn or from beans or from whatever other hummus or whatever it is, it's not chametz. It's not chametz, okay? Only these 5 things. And not everything that comes from these 5 things is chametz. For example, matzah. Matzah comes from these 5 things, right? But it's not chametz. Actually, it is a little difficult for something to be chametz, unless it's obviously made with flour and with that, like, I don't know, cookies and bread and crackers and pasta, obviously. Also, other things that they contain chametz, they have chametz, is whiskey and beer and vodka and many liquors. Vodka used to be made by potato, but right now they change it. They put some grain alcohol. When you see grain alcohol, it's one of the 5 grains. Okay, clear? Okay. So if it comes from these 5 things, it's chametz. If it doesn't, it's not chametz. Any questions so far? Yes. I didn't say yeast. Wheat, barley, oats, rice, spelt.
Not rice, rye.
Right. Not rice. No, not rice.
Spelt comes together, rice.
No, rye, spelt, and oats. That's the. Yes. Okay, so.
Yes. I've met people in this room.
Okay. Okay. So now, there are 2 isurim regarding chametz. 2. One is to eat chametz or anything that contains chametz. Okay. And the other one is to own chametz during Pesach. If you own chametz during Pesach, you're actually doing 3 isurim, 3 major things. Okay. So let's talk about eating chametz. Okay.
Sorry, can you relate to yeast before you go there?
Yeah, yeast. It used to be yeast made by, it was called sourdough. Your grandmothers, maybe even your mothers.
Even our daughter-in-law.
All right, but she does it for fun. But your mothers and grandmothers, okay, they didn't go to Everfresh to buy yeast. So what they did is they made a little dough. They let the dough rest for 4 days or something like that, and that becomes yeast. But that dough is flour and water. It's like pure chametz. It's not edible. You use it as an additive, but it's called yeast. This is natural yeast or sourdough. Okay, so when the Torah talks about yeast or seor, it means that. Now, there is some yeast that is kosher lePesach, maybe, because it's like, how you say, made with chemicals or whatever. So if it's kosher lePesach, yes, obviously. If it's kosher lePesach, you can use it because it's not real yeast. The real yeast is this yeast. Clear? Yeah, so we don't use any yeast, but I'm just explaining to you originally what is the seor. So today is modified, or this is modified. It's a lot of chemicals inside those things. So we don't use it unless it's kosher for Pesach.
Can you keep it?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't keep yeast from a, what is
Chips.
chips. They have yeast. Look, just to keep it. If it's just to keep it, if you ask about keeping it, which I'm happy you ask about that. In many cases, you can check if it's gluten-free. And if it's gluten-free, you can keep it, just for keep it. You understand what I say? Because I know. That's why I'm saying that is why I'm saying. If it's gluten-free, because these five grains, they have gluten. You know what gluten is? No? Gluten is a protein that affects people who have a celiac disease. If somebody has a celiac disease and he ingests gluten, he or she will get an allergy. Most things are gluten-free. Now, there is a big machloket about something called oats, that today it can be done without gluten. So that's why we don't rely on gluten-free for eating things during Pesach, okay? But for keeping things, if it doesn't have oats and it's gluten-free, I would say you can keep it, even if you don't sell it. Clear? Okay, all right. Yes.
Sorry, but why not sell?
No problem. You want to record this? You want to record my answer? Yeah, but I want you to record this answer.
I think it's just easier to sell.
I see. Do you want to record the answer? Give me your phone. I'm going to record the answer. And you can send it to your friends. Let's do that, okay? Because I speak so much about this.
I don't mean selling flour.
Okay. Because I just want this to be so clear. I will clarify everything. Just give me a minute. Okay, so why not selling? Selling, not selling. Let me explain to you. It's going to take me like 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes, okay? All right. So there are 8 mitzvot in Pesach, 8, okay? One is to eat matzah, the other to say the Agadah, the other one, do not eat chametz, do not eat anything that has chametz, do not eat chametz erev Pesach. I just mentioned how many? 5 out of the 8. What are the other 3 mitzvot in the Torah? In the Torah, one is tashbitu seor mibatechem, get rid of anything that you own of chametz, any ownership of chametz, get rid of that. Okay. The other one is do not possess chametz, and the other one is do not possess chametz. It's a crazy thing. 2 mitzvot, 2 lo ta'aseh, that are the same mitzvot, identical. Do not possess chametz. There is no other case like this in the Torah. Okay. These 3 mitzvot are like one act. I have to renounce to my ownership of chametz. Okay. So Chachamim said, theoretically, if I just said, well, every chametz that I have is not mine anymore, theoretically that will be enough. But Chachamim said, wait a second. If you have a black label whiskey, you want to say, any chametz that I have doesn't belong to me anymore, you will not mean it. You will say, but you will not mean it, okay? So, and another reason is that if we would just say, any chametz that belongs to me doesn't belong to me anymore, and I just don't eat, but accidentally I'm going to be eating chametz. So Chachamim said, because of this, you should remove all chametz from your house. Remove all chametz. So by removing all chametz, we are doing two things. Avoiding that accidentally we're going to eat any chametz, and also fulfilling with the mitzvah of bitul chametz, of ownership of chametz. We get rid of everything. Okay? Now, one time, 2,000 years ago, one rabbi was in a boat, and that boat had to get to the coast, the port, before Pesach. And this rabbi was transporting something that was chametz. And what happened? There was a storm, so the boat couldn't get there, and it was stuck in the sea or whatever it is for a few days. So this rabbi had chametz in the boat. What can I do with the chametz right now? So he sold it to a goy. And after they got there, he bought it again from the goy. Now, that was an exceptional case of a big financial loss and a real sale, and in extreme circumstances. From there, Chachamim said, well, if you have a store, if you own Everfresh, you cannot get rid of all your chametz. Then you are allowed to sell your chametz. Sell your chametz. Close the store. They will give the key to the goy. They will give him the place and everything, because those are extreme circumstances. Okay? Now, in late years, especially in the Ashkenazi community, they started to sell chametz as I think it started like Chabad does with a good intention. Like, but there are many people that are completely non-religious. You don't want them to be liable for this mitzvot in Pesach. So you know what? Fill this form online, and yes, and I want to simplify for you. Sell your house, sell everything you have, but nobody that sells his house or his chametz online means it, which defeats the purpose of Mechirat Chametz. From there, in many communities, they did Mechirat Chametz by the rabbi, by this. Got used to that, and now they are first of all, number one, betraying their own Mashali Minhag. Because the Mashali Minhag, why do you think that women, they work 6? What do they do that? To be so strict about removing, about eating is also about owning. They want to get rid of everything. But then, if you follow Mechirat Chametz, you will keep pizza in the freezer, as many people are doing. Do you understand? So this is betraying a minhagim. Second, it only is all if you're really poor and you don't have really anything to eat, and this is why you need to sell the chametz. By all means, do it. If you think
house in a location that you cannot reach.
no,
That's
no, but you can do bitul. Now, when do you want to sell? If you are really poor, to someone to get food to eat. I don't think no one in the community is in that level, right? I don't think so. It's very complicated because you get yourself into things that are really. Now, let me explain to you. If you, for example, if you sell your chametz, if you really sell your chametz, would you care for that chametz that you just sold? You wouldn't care for it, right? You don't care if it gets stolen, would you? No, because you will say, well, it's stolen, but it belongs to the goy. The goy has to discount it. It's his responsibility. Now, if you store whiskey in your house, would you care if it's stolen or not? Of course you will care. If you care if it's stolen or broken, then it means that it belongs to you. You are cheating yourself. In religion, we don't believe in doing these things. Like your grandfather, I'm thinking about your grandfather, right? Rabbi Tzadok was your grandfather. You would hate these things because you don't play games with God. This is three mitzvot min Torah. Now you are having questions about what to do with the East, if it's East, which are really simple questions that not even the Rabbanan. This is three min Torah. Three min Torah. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we need to be a little bit more consistent with that. I don't mean this for the entire community because the entire community probably needs the selling of the Hametz, but for individuals, I would encourage you to get rid of the Hametz and avoid as much as you can the selling of the Hametz. Is that clear?
Angela
Wow.
was asking.
How many?
So it what happened that even though you thoroughly clean your room, sometimes you're Passover, like you're in a certain corner and you see that there's a little crumb or a little
Okay.
something that was
All right. So let's play that game. There is a little crumb. Oh, so what transgression are you doing right now? What are you transgressing? Answer me this question. If you find a cookie, an Oreo in the house, what is your transgression right now? No, what is your transgression?
Owning.
Owning Hametz? Okay. There is something called Bitul Hametz that we also do. In the Bitul Hametz, we say twice, just to be covered. As I told you, Mina Torah, Bitul will be enough. Bitul, you said, every Hametz that belongs to me, that I haven't seen and I haven't destroyed and I haven't removed, should be considered like dust in the wind. Like, doesn't belong to me anymore. That's it. And you mean it. Because every accident, of course not. Yeah, that will be defeating the purpose of the bitul.
Destroy.
That is a different question. But that Oreo right now, you will get rid of that Oreo so nobody eats it. But imagine that this Oreo is in a place that is underneath something. And somehow you discover that Oreo there. Leave it there. Leave it there, especially if it's Pesach or Yom Tov, etc. Just leave it there. If nobody's going to eat it, leave it there. Because that is what you have to do. If you find something, you cover it. Something happens, cover it in Yom Tov. But if your worry was about owning Hametz, you don't need to sell because with the bitul, you're covered. Yes, the question, who can see? We can hear. Oh, we cannot hear the questions. All right, sorry about that. Okay, the question was about Mechilat Hametz. Okay, let me. So yeah. What if you go away? So what's the problem? Well, today we want to be more comfortable, and if you go away, you still need to do Berika. Yeah, well, it's more comfortable to say, well, I sell everything. But look, nobody's going to force you to do this, to do that. I'm just explaining to you that the sell, according to the Gra, for Ashkenazim, is not acceptable. To the Gaon Vilna, the many Ashkenazim, they're very mahmir, except for this. I don't know why. They're mahmir, whoa! But when it gets to selling the house, they become super mekelim with 3 mitzvot min Torah.
This question should come 3 months ago.
Mahmirim.
Then you plan yourself, because I suppose we are used today to store so much food in our freezers, in our pantries. So it's a problem. Can't? That's not chametz.
Yeah, another thing is that you have to know what is chametz and what is not chametz. Beyond the obvious, most things are not chametz. Beyond the obvious, so most things you can keep. Whatever is not eatable, you can keep. Medications you can eat. What? Rice cakes are fine. Yeah. Wait. They have to be.
No, they're certified.
Yeah. Yes. Whatever is not wheat, barley, rice, spelt, oats,
Pastries.
you can keep. Yes. Right.
Repite la pregunta.
Yeah, if you have things that they are not chametz, like spices, etc., that you are not going to use for Pesach, you can just store them anywhere in a closed place, and that's it. You don't need to. You don't need to sell them because they are not chametz. Now again, that's why I started with what is chametz and what is not chametz. Yes.
Raise your voice.
Beauty products, cosmetic.
Facial scrub, things have like
Right.
natural things, like more natural products.
Natural products. What can I answer? Can I answer? Natural products that are beauty, cosmetic, anything that is not edible is not chametz. You can keep them. Just don't eat them.
A dog
Don't eat
cannot
them.
that, right?
If an animal cannot eat it, yes. The only thing that you should, the thing that you should, food, dog food, most animal food has chametz. So you cannot use that. You cannot keep that. You have to get rid of it. Probably, yes, there is a list in CRC that they have all pets food, what is chametz and what is not chametz. Okay, there is no problem with kidneyot with animals, but most animal food has chametz and people don't know. So that you have to get rid of. Yes. Yes, probably. Yes.
Cannot buy.
Yeah. If you go to a zoo during Chol HaMoed, the animal food you have or you get is probably chametz, so you don't get that. Feed them matzah. Feed them matzah to the goats.
They don't let you.
You have to. No. You can throw to your animals before Pesach. One of the ways of getting rid of the food, of the chametz food, is throw to the animals, no problem. And not during Pesach, obviously. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so you throw. Okay, can we throw to the backyard chametz crumbs before Pesach, right? Before Pesach, and what happens if the bird did not eat everything? Okay, so no problem because you got rid of it. Even if it's in your backyard. Wait. Even if it's in your backyard, you throw crumbs of chametz. Okay, then yes, then everything is. Now, what we do is we try to make pieces that are less than kazait. Why? Because if it's kazait, if it's like the size of an oil, theoretically, you might go and eat it because you might be hungry 2,000 years ago. People would eat it. Children, I don't think even children do that, but whatever. My wife said so. I never disagree with my wife. So, let's say that. All right, but that's why we do it. We do it a little bit. But you already got rid of it. You already disown this. You don't own this anymore. That's it. Even if it's in your garden, the birds will eat. That belongs to me belong to me anymore. And you mean it, yes. Right, edible things, if it's chewable or edible. This is not medicine. Everything that that is swallow as a pill, you can take. Swallow, you can take, because this is not now. On top of everything, look. You see, we do humrot there. Let me show the inconsistency. So I use it all the time. Now less. Oh, what about this pill, this vitamin, this capsule, blah, 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 blah. Now, tell me, what could be wrong in this capsule? What could be chametz in this capsule or in this pill? What, let's reason together. Tell me. Here, this is the pill.
Rice? What's the problem?
Well, it's talking about something else. Now, can we reason together? Can we reason? Because this is not why basar bechalav is asur in the Torah. This is common sense. Can we reason together, please, for a minute? Here is a pill. What could be wrong with this pill? Tell me. No, we're talking about chametz, right? We're talking about chametz. Okay. What could be wrong in this pill? Okay. If it has chametz, it is. Now, first of all, most pills today, if not all, they don't use anymore wheat starch. They use potato starch or corn starch because of celiac disease. They don't use that anymore. That's number one. Second, even if it's wheat starch, most rabbis will say, well, the starch doesn't have the flavor of the chametz, it's gone. Okay, so it's completely. Number three, when you swallow something, it's like injecting something. And if you inject or swallow, not chew, okay, or not drink, but swallow, boom, like a pill or a capsule that you swallow, that's not considered eating. It's not edible. This pill is considered non-edible. And same as cosmetics, because it's not edible, you can swallow it. So I just gave you 3 out of more reasons why there is no problem. Now, there are some things, some medications, like, I don't know, vitamins, and they do contain fibers, they do contain wheat, they do contain gluten, they do contain a lot of grain, protein. That is something that you have to avoid. Vinegar, there are vinegars that are made, I think, with wheat. Yeah, I remember Heinz. Yeah, don't ask me for the list. The list is, I mean,
it's very obvious.
It's very obvious.
To keep, yes.
To keep, yes. To keep is if it's gluten free, yes. Yeah, but regardless of that, if the vinegar would be chametz, 1 second, if the vinegar would be chametz, then it is considered edible. Even if you use it only for dressing, it's considered edible. So it doesn't matter if you use it only for the floor.
if it's chametz.
Well, just with the case of vinegar, because it's edible, it's something to use for food. All right. I don't know. No rabbi knows and remembers all the list of every single product in the market. You know,
Check the
we
list.
don't know how it's made. So there are many different lists done.
That's edible.
We have
That's edible.
we have our
He
community
said
list.
to
So
swallow.
yeah, that's
Less-
chewable. That's chewable is different. Chewable you have.
It doesn't have chametz. For sure, it's gluten.
Well, right.
They do for it.
Okay, so let me talk to you about appliances. And I didn't talk about the car and tool, but I think they know. Appliances. What do you want me to talk about? Okay, so let me explain the appliances. So you have a refrigerator. What happened with the refrigerator? What do you have to do? Clean it. Okay, all right. The oven, electric oven. What happened with the electric oven?
24 hours without
Clean it. Don't use it for 24 hours.
Then turn it on for an hour.
And turn it on for actually, yeah,
you
for
have-
self-cleaning.
Self-cleaning is better.
Yeah, 20 minutes. Rabbi Yosef used to say.
Yes, because if you didn't have self-cleaning, that would be an option for kosherizing the oven as well.
Are you talking about the racks?
Racks. Yes, but you cannot put food directly on the racks, only to put the tray on top of it. You don't use the racks to put food on them.
Oh, wait.
One by one.
I'm not, I'm a man. I'm a simple creature. I cannot. The oven, we have to finish the oven, we close the oven, then we go to the next thing. So I'm still in the oven. I'm sorry. The what?
Juice maker machine.
Oh, the juice making
Do
machine.
you
Yeah.
ever put chametz on them? Did you ever put chametz?
Right. Well, the 200 years ago, a lady that she used a rope to dry the clothing, and that rope she washed it before Pesach with wheat starch. Okay, and then she put the rope and she washed a tablecloth, and she put the tablecloth to dry there. Then she took the tablecloth and she put it on the Pesach table. On the Pesach table, she put the plates, the keara, and the matzot. And then she realizes, what did I do? The rope where the tablecloth was drying had wheat starch. So urgently, she went to the rabbi and she asked the rabbi, Rabbi, what can I do? And she told the rabbi what happened. They put the keara on the tablecloth that was on the table, that the tablecloth, I dried it with a rope that was washed with everything is okay. And she tells her friend, she tells her friend that was with her, and says, this rabbi doesn't know anything. because people want, oh, wait, he puts Swiss. So there is no problem with the juice machine. No problem. Yes. Kitchen what? Kitchen towels. Kitchen towels? Can I defer to my wife? Yeah.
If you wash them very well, better with hot water, there is no problem. Same thing with tablecloths.
This is more or less what
I
I just told about the rope.
No,
Kitchen
but you
towel.
know what? Actually, sometimes imagine you in the towel. Sometimes you make the dough of the bread and something gets stick to it. So they need to be clean.
Do we
They,
have
they cannot have residues.
do
It's
we
okay.
have kitchen
it's
towels
okay.
for?
Next question.
Oh, the oven.
What
Okay.
was the problem with the oven? So I told you the racks. See, I just read even in the list that the Mashavit Religious Council brought out. They said there that you need to do the self-cleaning, and if you don't have it, you turn it on in max temperature for 1 hour. So imagine the situation where you wouldn't have the self-cleaning. That's what you would do with the whole oven. So you can definitely do it with the racks. Remove them out and continue with the self-cleaning. But what I added before is that you shouldn't put any food on top of the racks, because racks, to be allowed to be used, let's say to put on top of, let's say you want to warm matzot and you wanted to put them on top of the rack, that's not allowed unless you would do libun, which is, how you say libun in English?
Yeah, with the torch.
With the torch.
To,
So they're okay for that purpose to put on top of it the tray, the oven trays.
Dishwasher, is it okay just to yes, you have to check each lettuce, or can you do like a bunch and then watch a few if it's okay?
Contestor?
I can answer you about the dishwasher. I can answer you about the dishwasher. The lettuce, it's my wife's department. I just eat it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So the dishwasher, use your common sense. Let's use our common sense. I invite you to use your common sense. Okay? What could be wrong in the dishwasher? Tell me. The what? Right. There is food stuck at the bottom of the dishwasher. Okay? That's the only problem, right? That's the only problem. Tell me if is there any other problem? I know. What? Oh, not only in the bottom, also on the little holes. Okay? Clear? Okay, very good. Now, that's the problem. What do we, how can we can solve this? It's a practical thing, yes. Yeah, just wait. Okay, so take all the racks, all the things, clean the bottom, look that there is no visible chametz anywhere, and you know more than a rabbi when there is visible chametz and there is no visible chametz,
You
right?
even clean the filter inside.
Okay, so you clean it thoroughly. You remove everything that could be chametz. Is that clear? Do you need any specifications for this? No. You know how to clean something that doesn't have. Imagine that chametz is an allergy, and has v'shalom somebody with allergy. What would you do? You will everything, and you will see that there is no leftover of anything like that, right? And what else would you do if you know that somebody with allergies, food allergies, will come to your house and you have to use your dishwasher? What else would you do? You would remove everything and you would do what? One cycle? Okay. What else? One cycle will take care of everything? Yeah, that's it. And you know what? This allergy is something that after 24 hours, if you, for example, imagine a peanut allergy, but if this peanut butter is left 24 hours without outside, it doesn't affect the person with allergy. So you leave these 24 hours, you already know that even if something will be there, you're already covered. So that's chametz also. 24 hours, we still do more humrah, we clean it thoroughly, and not only we clean it thoroughly, we also do one cycle. So we already did how many things we did just to cover ourselves? 3 things. And this is to cover, in the worst case scenario, something will be coming up to the knife that you will not see, or to the plate that you will not see. Some chametz, what will happen? Will defy the laws of gravity and will come. So people do these crazy exaggerations. But then, 3 mitzvot min Torah, they do mechirat chametz. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is a terrible inconsistency that is based on ignorance. So forget about the mechirat chametz. So did you understand what I just said? 24 hours. Okay, you know why? Because after 24 hours, it's not chametz anymore. More than that, we remove everything. You clean it, the holes on the bottom, or this or that. Okay, and on top of that, you do one self-cleaning that also has no self-cleaning. That's cycle, one cycle
And
that
for
also
that,
has.
you put back the racks if you're not going to change them because they need to be in the cleaning process.
Same thing. Okay, clear? Questions about the dishwasher? Can I close dishwasher?
No, she has a question.
I don't know. What's the proper order?
We first wait 24 hours. And then
They will clean it. Okay. So okay. So wait. What you understand what happens with the 24 hours thing, or why is the 24 hours thing, right? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to explain this to you.
Also soap. That's also
That's also, there is a 4th safeguard for nothing, for nothing real that will happen, is that we put soap. But again, we are assuming that the laws of gravity will be defied because the chametz will, if there is some chametz, let's say there is some chametz in the dishwasher, what will be the next step? We'll go to where? Give me an example.
It's not so much because of the loss of gravity, because the question here is if the dishwasher would function like an oven where there is absorption from the wall.
Absolutely
with
not.
hot water that is
Absolutely
like boiling.
no,
Okay, but that's
because
the
all
main
that
question here.
water goes away.
And because there is boiling
That's
water,
not-
it's also like an agala. So that's
But
another
that's
one.
4 things,
That's another
right?
one.
But I'm saying to keep yourself from what? I want you to, what I'm trying to help you to do is to use your common sense. That's why I tell you, imagine these allergies. This is what would you do? Or you would do, right? Plus the soap, plus the 24 hours. Can I explain to you how the 24 hours work? Can I explain to you? Okay. And it's going to be a surprise. Imagine that you have, it's going to take me like 5 minutes, but I think it's worth it. So you understand the 24 hours trick. So this is what is it in Japan? Pot. This is a pot, aluminum pot, okay? And something non-kosher was cooked here, accidentally. Bacon was cooked here, okay? Very good. Now, I wash it. I wash it and it's clean, all right? Now, I make soup here, a kosher soup. Is this soup kosher? 2 hours ago, I accidentally cooked bacon. Is this soup kosher right now? No. Why not? Why not? I'm asking why not? Why this soup is not kosher? Because the first time, bacon is absorbed into the walls. of the pot. And even if I clean it and there is no bacon visible there, the walls are absorbed with bacon. Now, when I cook the soup, it's going to be reabsorbed into the soup. Clear? So that's why it's asur. This soup will be asur. That's clear, right? Right. Now, what happens if I accidentally the ozeret, the lady, she cooked bacon. Okay, that was Tuesday, and today is Thursday, and now I'm making a soup, a kosher soup, and it's clean. The pot is clean, and the ozeret tells me, "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I cooked their bacon Tuesday." Okay, but the pot is clean, and today is Thursday, and you just made this soup. What do you have to do with this soup? You're gonna kill me, huh? What? You didn't do agala of the pot, I know. Now, did you understand the question? Did you understand the situation? This pot was clean of any residue of bacon, but bacon was cooked there. Okay. Now, if this happens accidentally, the soup is kosher. Why? Why is kosher? Because for the halacha, for Jewish law, after 24 hours, this residue of bacon that is impregnated in the walls of the pot is rotten. Doesn't have taste. It's not organic anymore. It's not non-kosher or kosher. Doesn't fall into the category of something edible. It's not considered anymore food, not flavor. Okay. Therefore, this garbage around accidentally. I said accidentally.
You don't do that.
You don't.
Gala.
But listen careful. I don't want you to get confused. The rule is noten. It's called noten tam lifgam, which is reabsorption, but with something that is rotten. Reabsorption with something rotten, which is after 24 hours, it doesn't. When you do it accidentally, Chachamim said you can eat that food. Therefore, now we understand better why we have to wait 24 hours. It's another safeguard, another fences for nothing. But I don't want to go there. There is another thing, but this is why we wait 24 hours before or after we clean. The 24 hours is very critical because of that. Yes. Yeah, but all this is bediavad. Bediavad means by mistake or once it's done. Yes, by mistake or once it's done, because Chachamim said we cannot apply this rule of 24 hours. If we would apply this, after 24 hours, you can use anything you want. For meat, for milk, for whatever. It will be a mess. So Chachamim said, this is only bediavad, only if accidentally it happened. Okay? So that's the rule. There are actually meat and milk is a little easier because if this was a meat pot and then you cook here rice, in principle, rice, okay? Can you have this rice with cheese? The answer is yes. And that is called noten tam, bar noten tam, dehetera, mutar, lecha techila. Not bediavad lecha techila. First of all, there is 24 hours. Second, that will be even, I don't want to tell you more things because you will think that I really don't know anything. If I tell you something else, like נותן טעם לתרה מותר לך תפילה, he will like get crazy and my wife will boom. But
Everything is on Zoom.
it's okay.
Everything is on Zoom.
This is comedy. So you understand what I'm saying? Now, one disclaimer.
By the way, my husband always tells me, put the water. It's okay. Just do it. You
Yeah,
don't
okay.
need it, but do it.
Okay, but I say this for Shalom Bay. Now, ladies, exception to this. If it's porous, okay, yeah, if it's porous, if you have a porous thing, I don't think anybody has a porous thing. Something porous.
That is first.
Call to Hag Sameach.
Tenemos que terminar.
Okay.